But former Deputy Attorney General Joseph Kpemka said the plaintiffs did not provide sufficient grounds for the injunction by the court, arguing that it will be injurious to the state for the court to have ruled in favor of the plaintiffs.
There are some basic principles that guide any court in the grant or refusal to grant an injunction.
Right.
And the courts have never departed from those basic principles.
Right.
Those basic principles are that, one, whether or not the grant or refusal to grant will cause an irreparable damage to one of the parties.
Right.
Now, this irreparable damage principle is very clear. Whether at the end of trial, when a party succeeds in vindicating its rights or getting its relief, ordinary compensation in the form of damages or etc. could be enough to assuage the suffering of the person. And also, they have this other principle, which the courts have time-tested, also applied. Whether or not, in the circumstances of the matter, the grant or refusal to grant the injunction could prejudice the outcome of the main case itself, and etc. In fact, there are quite a number of reasons they consider. But what I looked at was, you see, if they had granted the injunction and they went into stopping the implementation process, and at the end of the day, the fundamental question which the court raised, and which I agree with them without adding a single word, is assuming the state succeeds when the injunction had been granted. And so for the period that people did transfer money, you can never ever recover that which has been lost. That is irrecoverable. Flip it on the other side. The court says, and I agree with them again, that should it happen that the plaintiffs succeed in asserting their rights and winning based on the relief they are seeking in the honorable court, an order of refund can be made. However difficult you think the implementation process is, the telecus, and then the companies that have been mandated to do the collection will come to put their heads together, and of course, it's technology, be able to refund to the various individuals who transacted within the period. So that is possible. You may argue that it will be a Herculean task and it is difficult, but it's possible. But the other one is not possible, because remember that you cannot, after the end of the judgment, say that, look, all those who transacted between this period and that period when we were supposed to implement and it wasn't implemented, government go collect money from them.
Coming up in business, the Canoe and Fishing Gear Owners Association of Ghana has raised concern about the erratic supply of premix fuel. There's and more coming up after the break.